Thanks for joining us from the Ohio AgNet, voice you know with the news you trust studio, sponsored by Grain Equipment Company, where innovation meets execution. I'm Dusty Sonnenberg. Well, bright sunny skies, 76 degrees on the barn thermometer. That's our red barn once again out at the Farm Science Review site. It's going to be a beautiful day with a light breeze, the final day of the review, so we encourage you to stop out, take in all the different displays, educational seminars, and of course stop by and say hello. A couple quick calendar reminders. The Axis Seed County Fair Tour takes us to the Ashland County Fair tomorrow, September the 20th, for the Junior Fair check presentation. And make plans to attend the Ashland County Fair. It runs the 15th through the 21st. Our sponsor for tomorrow's broadcast are Wellington Implement and Centerra Co-op. Visit ashlandcountyfair.com for a full schedule. I'm joined today by Ty Higgins with the Ohio Farm Bureau. Ty, we want to talk mental health and the Ohio Agricultural Mental Health Alliance. Tell me a little bit more about the organization itself.
Yeah, so when we first started talking about farm stress about 5 years ago, it was the ag groups. So the Ohio Department of Agriculture, Ohio State, Ohio Farm Bureau, our commodity friends. We knew about the farm stressors. We knew what was going on in rural Ohio, but we really didn't know how to talk about it or how to get others to talk about it in the farm community. So we were able to bring in our friends from the Ohio Department of Health and Ohio Department of Mental Health and Addiction Services. Those professionals were able to tell us exactly where we needed to go with our messaging as far as farm stress and mental health is concerned. And that led to us creating the first of its kind survey for Ohio. So over the last 6 months, we've asked farmers and rural Ohioans about their farm stress and mental health. And we got some really solid data to really help us figure out where in Ohio specific we need to go with this conversation. Where are the resources and where aren't the resources? What are the stressors? And how do farmers cope with what they're dealing with and all the challenges that come along with agriculture here in the Buckeye State?
Well, you know, not a new topic, one that we've been talking about, one that you especially have been talking about for the last several years, but given the current environment we're in, with commodity prices, with interest rates, with input prices, the drought that's going on in much of the state, probably more real now than it's ever been in the past.
Yeah, and we're finding that out. A new survey that just came out this week tells us that those stressors are real, that, you know, in Ohio specifically, that is what farmers are dealing with day in and day out. We're also learning, though, Dusty, that people aren't as afraid to talk about mental health and farm stress as they used to. Farmers, for the most part, by and large, are aware of their mental health. And that gives us a nice starting point to understand that we can start having these conversations. We talked about it in whispers when I was growing up in the 80s, but now we're really starting to turn up the volume on the way we talk about farm stress and mental health and agriculture. That's exciting because the challenges are not going to go away. They might be different year in and year out, but we're certainly going to see those challenges. How we deal and cope with those challenges and the resources we have for rural Americans and rural Ohioans more specifically is really important to this cause.
Well, absolutely, and obviously less than 2% of the population, there's not that many of us out there. We need to look out not only for ourselves, but for our neighbors too.
Yeah, it's important that we understand that we're not alone in this battle. There are a lot of us going through these same challenges, and as soon as we make those connections and be able to talk out loud about what we're dealing with, it's going to make this conversation go in a very positive direction.
Absolutely. My guest again today, Ty Higgins with Ohio Farm Bureau, talking about a group that's doing just that, the Ohio Agricultural Mental Health Alliance. Ty, thanks for your time.
Thanks, Dusty.
Let's take a look now at that Thursday weather forecast brought to us by Seed Consultants. Simply better performance online at seedconsultants.com.
Sunny, warm, and dry here for the balance of this week. I'm Chief Meteorologist Ryan Martin. Let's take a look at that Ohio forecast update. I'm not putting any precipitation into our forecast here until we get into next week. Monday into Tuesday, we have rain showers starting in west and northwestern parts of Ohio. Tuesday into early Wednesday, rain comes across the rest of the state. All in, all done, 1/4 to 1.5 inch totals are possible with coverage around 75 to 80% of the state. I'm Ryan Martin.
Thanks, Ryan. Stay tuned. We'll be back to take a look at your markets after this.
In any year, your best harvest is only a few upgrades away. Seed Consultants exclusively serves the Eastern Corn Belt, combining our deep knowledge of local conditions with high-performing products fit for your acres. Most importantly, our customized services put our products and your business in a position to succeed. We help you start with better to grow your best. Visit seedconsultants.com to learn why our products and services are simply better.
Navigating mental health insurance benefits can be overwhelming, but you don't have to do it alone. The Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office is here to guide you. Our expert team will help you connect with your health insurance plan to understand available behavioral health benefits. Say goodbye to frustration and hello to control over your mental well-being. Call 855-438-6442 today.
Let's look at a quick market analysis from Lice Mercantile, brought to us by Grant, helping growers take control for over 70 years.
This morning, the USDA released their export sales data for the week ending September 12th. For new crop corn, we have new sales of 847.4 thousand metric tons. New crop soybeans, new sales of 1.748 million metric tons. Current crop wheat, we have 246.3 thousand metric tons.
And thanks to Lice Mercantile's Ryan Metzger. Let's take a look now at your markets, brought to us by Seed Consultants. Simply better performance online at seedconsultants.com. December corn trading down 4 cents at 408.5. November beans up a penny at 10.15, and wheat for December down 7, $5.68 3/4 cents. This is the Ohio AgNet.